Alright, so all going gentle people, Sanju J here. So before getting into today's reaction review, yo, now I have to say, like, clearly it's my fault, but yeah, I had some problems with the last Demon Slayer reaction review I did. It's been claimed and blocked, so I'm gonna have to re-edit, put that back up, but yeah, it's like so stressful. But anyway, here we are, Demon Slayer, the second to last episode for the Swordsmith Village arc, episode 10, and I've been hearing nothing but great things about this episode. And if you didn't know, well, even though I'm late to the party, I'm sure most persons would have already heard that the final episode of this season is going to be either 70 minutes, or at the very least, the episode is in a 70-minute time slot when it comes on to its airing for this coming Sunday. So the episode at the very least should be 40-something minutes, if not 50-something. So, you know, I'm just saying, that's going to be exciting. But anyway, let me know what you guys thought about the episode and my thoughts on said episode, as well as my reaction. Of course, leave a like, subscribe, let's start a comment. Let's start a conversation in the comment section below. But anyway, hope you guys are doing awesome. Let's get right into it. Here we go. Jano. Why, like, she take the one the personally, brother. Yeah, Mitsuri is just so cute, bro, honestly. It's like Tanjiro forgets that this woman is a Hashira, brother. Bro, what up? Wasn't this man's leg? Wasn't his foot broken? How is he still running? Like, the adrenaline is one thing, but at this moment when I expect he's calmed down just a bit. Ooh. Let's go! Ooh. Yes, sir. Literally a woman that can, you know, kill you with her thighs. Nah, that is wild. Nah, this is this is embarrassing. I imagine she's probably like 5 or 6 here, bro. I imagine a full-blown sumo wrestler losing to a little kid, 5 or 6. It's ridiculous, now. Like the social pressures there. Ooh, the effects looking really clean. Well, they always have, but they're looking really good this episode. Yo, yo, Genya is so over this arc, dog. Honestly.
条件だろうがなんだろうが関係ないわよ。全部切ったかっこいい。私悪いやつには絶対負けない。覚悟しなさいよ。本気だったら。
Best girl. イグロ working that Riz.
これやる。
私に任せといて。みんな私が守るからね。
Alright, she's taking off the mental blocks. Ready to go. And honestly, the CGI is looking really clean. I think so far the CGI is the best it's looked for this season. Woo! Bruh.
この小娘、宣告よりも動きが早い。何をした？何をしている？一体何を？朝。
Oh, there you go. Demon Slayer Mark. Everybody getting the mark this season. Still don't know how Tanjiro run away. I'm sure last episode we saw this man's foot got broken. Yeah, his foot is bloodied, bro. But I'm sure it was bent and everything. Ooh. Nice camera work there. Yo, me find that funny. But yo, don't run for your responsibilities, dog. Apparently your responsibility is to die. I told you guys, Genya's just fed up with this arc, but it's ready to move on. Alright, so that's the second to last episode of Kimetsu no Yaiba, the Swordsmith Village arc. And what can I say? It was an awesome episode. Definitely love finally seeing Mitsuri in action. And I know probably what might be going through some person's head, you know, comparatively speaking, in terms of Mitsuri's backstory, it's not as wild and out there as some of the other characters, like at least when it comes on to this season, like Genya and you know, Muichiro. So it kind of feels like some person might look at it and say, oh, maybe that's why they saved her for, you know, just this last section of the arc here for the most part, because we only have one episode left. Granted, even though it's like a probably might be a 70 or 50 to 70 minute episode, it still feels like they just saved Mitsuri for the end. But honestly, it was still a solid episode, and there's still, I think, a lot to glean or get from her backstory. So of course, her coming in to fight Hantengu Upper 4 and just finally getting to see her sword work, her abilities in action. And like I might have pointed out before in previous reviews, when it comes on to the Hashira and all the different personalities and breathing styles, it kind of helps to let each of them stand out in their own distinctive way and really improves engagement with us just watching these different fights. Gives us something to look forward to. And of course, from, you know, Mitsuri, from her personality, her breathing style, and her special sword that even Tanjiro's made note of in this episode, it's just a pleasure to watch, honestly. And just how this episode was framed, or just the aesthetic of it with her love breathing, it looks really good. And not to mention the CGI. Again, I must say, I'm no CGI expert, but it didn't, like, before I found the CGI so far for this season almost comical, but for this episode, it seemed really smooth, really integrated. You could still tell it was CGI, but it didn't really like break the immersion, you know. It didn't really take me out of the moment and say, oh yeah, that just looks funny, like the mini CGI fish. It wasn't like that at all. So I definitely love that how it was really blended and how it kind of contrasted against, you know, Mitsuri going up against it. It didn't really look out of place. So I definitely love that when it comes down to the action sequences for this episode. And again, the never ending, I would say, positive when it comes on to the episodes like this is just the power of teamwork. You know, it's not just dependent on Tanjiro or just the Hashira of the season. And what I like about that latter point, not just being dependent on the Hashira of the season, it's starting to show the escalating nature of, you know, where it's fighting stronger and stronger demons, but it also shows that, you know, Tanjiro and company have continued to improve. There has been a sense of progression over these last, you know, few seasons, to say the least. It's not like, you know, and I think they basically highlighted this from the entertainment district already. Sorry, it's not like, you know, Rengoku versus Akaza and we can't do anything, we just have to watch. We're making progress in terms of getting stronger, so I definitely love that as well. Now, teamwork and everybody just being a overall dynamic cast and contributing to the battle overall, great. But in terms of Mitsuri's backstory, I definitely love it. It has its, you know, comedic aspects in line with her personality, but you could probably dissect it and say, oh yeah, you can probably have a little discussion when it comes on to, you know, social pressures. You know, when you start to find that there's something unique about yourself and you find yourself that you might not be fitting in, you know, that social pressure of it and that whole psychological and mental, I guess, stress that can result from it is what we're seeing on display when it comes on to Mitsuri's backstory, and I definitely love it. I know, again, it might seem simple compared to the other Hashira, but I'm sure it's something some persons or a lot of persons can empathize, sympathize, or just overall relate to, you know. Or even when you're in a situation, and it's similar to, like, you know, Mitsuri, where it's like, oh, I'm not being my true, genuine 100% self, and, you know, you're kind of pretending to either fit in or either not hurt somebody's feelings, and you can feel that kind of a thugging, like, you know, pulling, annoying feeling, like, no, I shouldn't be going through this or doing this. You know, it's just the relatability of it, you know, and her just finally finding a place where she can be accepted, she can be 100% of who she really is. So, you know, that's the empathetic, that's the part I can really relate to at the end of the day, you know, just finding that set of persons that, you know, the family you make along the way in life to really be yourself. So I definitely can relate to it, and I think persons can relate to it, and it's obviously kind of wrapped in this kind of almost comedic fashion. So, you know, it's not a hard sell to like her character, I would say. So it definitely really helps sell the episode for me, and didn't really take too much. It's not like some crazy contrast between, oh, Mitsuri, hey, and it's like some super deep dark, even though that wouldn't have been a problem, but, you know, it's still within the nature of what we've seen with her character so far. So definitely love that, to say the least. And what else am I missing here? Of course, her getting the Demon Slayer mark, you know, it kind of makes you wonder how things are going to go with the rest of the, you know, the story after this in terms of the Demon Slayer mark. And I think even beyond the Demon Slayer mark, like, even some of the words of what Ubuyashiki, hopefully I'm pronouncing his name right, when you said, you know, you've been, I'm paraphrasing here, but, you know, you've been blessed by the gods or something like that in terms of your constitution. It kind of makes me wonder if, like, in the data books are something Demon Slayer related in terms of extended material, if the author could reveal, like, did the gods really have some role to play in some of the characters' abilities or constitutions? Like, for example, manga readers know the Yororichi was something special. So I'm kind of wondering, like, outside this episode, it has me thinking, did the gods really try to, you know, meddle, you know, mess with some certain characters, you know, in terms of their constitution and their abilities? So it kind of has me wondering. So Yeah. But anyway, this was an awesome episode. Love the action, love Mitsuri in action, love the sense of progression when it comes on the characters and the whole dynamic nature of, you know, we're not just dependent on just one single character to get this done. And overall, Mitsuri's backstory was really fun, engaging, and you can really empathize with it at the end of the day. So yeah, loved it. And of course, we got a bit of, you know, finding out that I guess the snake Hashira, serpent Hashira, whichever, seems like he has some kind of dynamic, something going on with the Love Hashira there. So, yeah. But anyway, Tanjiro here. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode, and I'll see you in the crazy lengthy final episode of season 3, the Swordsmith Village. I have no idea how long we'll have to wait for season 4, but it is what it is. Demon Slayer. Anyway, I'm out of here, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day.